faithfully delivering value and interpreting the world's best books. Hello, this is Sally with Book Insights. Today, we're interpreting the book Say Goodbye to Insomnia with the subtitle Secrets to Falling Asleep Instantly. In modern society, as life gets faster, stress piles up, and more people suffer from insomnia. It's estimated that in the U.S., over 100 million people have insomnia issues, with one-third facing chronic problems. In China, 2019 stats show over 300 million Chinese have sleep disorders, with insomnia rates hitting 38.2% in adults. And insomnia not only hurts quality of life, but also puts you in constant danger. For instance, a U.S. highway safety survey found severe insomnia raises crash risks like drunk driving, and many aviation, rail, and industrial accidents linked to operator insomnia. Plus, chronic insomnia can damage brain function irreversibly. So, how do we fix it to wake up refreshed? Today's Say Goodbye to Insomnia will give you the answers. The author, Peter Howry, was director of the Sleep Disorder Center at Mayo Clinic, a top U.S. medical center. He founded and led the American Sleep Disorders Association and is globally recognized as an insomnia treatment expert. And so this book distills Howry's years of research, teaching how to face insomnia head-on, ditch meds, and beat it for good. Now, I'll cover the book's main ideas through 3 questions. First, how to correctly understand insomnia. Second, do sleeping pills really solve insomnia? Third, what's the most effective way to tackle insomnia? Let's start with the first question. How to correctly understand insomnia. Medical research on sleep and insomnia started late. In the 1950s, the University of Chicago began studying sleep mechanisms. By the 1960s, sleep disorders, meaning insomnia, became a key medical topic. This book's author was among the earliest sleep disorder researchers. Today, nearly all major U.S. medical institutions have sleep disorder centers. Actually, the brain's control of sleep is an extremely complex process. Simply put, there are 2 complex systems in the brain that control falling asleep and waking up: the arousal system and the sleep system. Each system is made up of a series of neurons from the brainstem to the forebrain. But when the arousal system is dominant, you're wide awake. When the sleep system takes over, you fall asleep. Another scenario is that sometimes, even with the sleep system in charge and you asleep, the arousal system still messes things up. And so that's when your sleep quality tanks. Different folks have different sleep needs. Some need 8 or 9 hours a day and still feel drowsy. Others only need 3 or 4 hours. Whether it's insomnia or poor sleep quality, it's not about the hours you clock in, but whether it messes with your next day's mojo. If it does, bam, you've got a sleep problem. Ew. Of course, some people are born with a fragile sleep system, making them prone to insomnia or crummy sleep. But according to the author, the biggest cause of insomnia comes down to life stuff. Whether you can't nod off, do sleep but poorly, or wake up too early. The reasons boil down to 4 main categories. First, physiological issues like diseases, such as chronic back and leg pain, or neck and shoulder aches. Chronic pain caused by these common modern chronic diseases can lead to insomnia, or if you've got hay fever, stuffy nose, runny nose, or sneezing, that can also wreck your sleep or make it lousy. Beyond that, tons of other physiological diseases can trigger insomnia, often missed or mistaken. For example, restless leg syndrome, a neurological disorder with rates of 5% to 10% in Europe and America, and up to 0.8% to 2.2% in Asia. Patients get periodic twitching in their limbs, especially the legs. Some folks lie in bed ready to drift off, but feel like bugs are crawling in their legs, making them want to move or scratch. Keep that up, and it's bound to mess with falling asleep. On top of that, meds for treating diseases can cause insomnia too, like asthma bronchodilators. They rev up the brain's arousal system and boom, insomnia. Caffeine and some cold meds can cause insomnia too, and steroid drugs used to treat rheumatism, diarrhea, skin diseases, etc. It's a synthetic hormone that can also trigger sleeplessness. Second, psychological disorders are another major cause of insomnia. Based on the author's clinical experience, while most insomnia patients deny low mood or psychological issues, many cases are indeed tied to mental factors. For example, depression causes insomnia. Depressed patients often wake up too early. There's a vicious cycle. Depression causes insomnia, which then worsens the depression. Compared to depression-related insomnia, anxiety-induced sleeplessness is more common. Anxiety mainly causes trouble falling asleep, something you might have experienced. If you've got an exam or interview tomorrow, the stress and nerves can keep you up the night before. For some, this anxiety is temporary and fades after the event. For others, it persists long-term. Work pressure, financial stress, relationship issues, and chronic anxiety can develop into anxiety disorders. Even after the triggers disappear, the anxiety disorder and insomnia often remain. Third, unhealthy lifestyles cause insomnia too, like smoking or drinking. If you regularly drink lots of coffee, tea, or cola in the afternoon or evening, that's a prime insomnia culprit. Some also make a habit of heavy late-night meals after overtime work. If you have weak digestion and overeat at night, the stomach discomfort will wreck your sleep. Others work nights, burning midnight oil, or do shift work, flipping sleep cycles, or constantly travel across time zones. With your body clock disrupted, returning to normal sleep becomes hard, causing insomnia. Beyond that, being overly serious, rigid, or perfectionistic about daily life can also trigger sleeplessness. If you push yourself relentlessly at work, have no hobbies, skip leaving on time, and forfeit vacations, you can't relax, keeping your brain's arousal system dominant and inviting insomnia. Additionally, lack of exercise is a major cause of insomnia. If you exercise less than twice weekly, your insomnia risk skyrockets compared to regular exercisers. The final insomnia trigger is poor sleep habits. Problematic sleep beliefs and attitudes can also cause insomnia. What does that mean? Many insomniacs fear sleeplessness while giving themselves psychological cues like, I need 8 hours nightly to recover, or after 2 or 3 bad nights, I'll collapse mentally. This pressure makes sleep even harder. Others lie awake in bed, convinced more time there equals better rest. Eyes closed, pretending to sleep for psychological comfort. These are all harmful sleep habits. The author identifies 2 worst habits. First, straining desperately to fall asleep. Second, developing resistance to your bed and bedroom due to past insomnia. These bad sleep habits significantly contribute to insomnia. All right, that concludes the book's first question, understanding insomnia correctly. Sleep occurs when the brain's sleep system dominates the arousal system. Insomnia can be congenital, weak sleep system, but more often stems from acquired factors, physiological issues, psychological problems, poor lifestyle and sleep habits. So what should you do about insomnia? Some say endure mild cases and take sleeping pills when severe, but do sleeping pills actually solve insomnia? Now, to the book's second question, sleeping pills, an umbrella term for sleep aids with varied ingredients. The most common are benzodiazepines like Valium, Librium, lorazepam, and Ativan. Beyond benzodiazepines, the family includes imidazopyridines and barbiturates. Some antidepressants and sedatives also treat insomnia. Sleeping pills work fast. Take one and you're out quickly. But it comes with serious problems. First, sleeping pills can mess with your next day state. Many leave you groggy. Though they work for just hours, their residues linger much longer in your system. If metabolized slowly, you'll feel dizzy and foggy-headed tomorrow. Second, side effects are inevitable. Hypertension, anxiety, dizziness, restlessness, slow reflexes, digestive issues, appetite loss, blurred vision, rashes, frequent urination. The list goes on. For some, these side effects pose extreme danger. Take heavy snorers. They experience breathing pauses during sleep due to airway blockage called sleep apnea syndrome. This condition already causes breathing interruptions, and sleeping pills prolong these pauses. The author treated patients who had apnea episodes after taking sleeping pills. 5-minute pauses can starve organs of oxygen, causing brain damage or death. Some pills cause memory loss or even amnesia. For instance, multiple U.S. cases link amnesia to Halcyon triazolam. Bird, incorrect dosage or combinations can be fatal. Many take sleeping pills with other meds, altering their effects, like mixing sleeping pills with ulcer meds, Tagamet, cimetidine, which compete for the same metabolic enzyme disrupting processing. Far deadlier, combining pills with alcohol. Some think it boosts sleep. This cocktail can kill you. Alcohol and pills amplify each other, causing slowed reactions, coma, shock, or respiratory arrest. Sobering historical examples, stars like Chaplin and Whitney Houston died from this mix. Moreover, overdosing on sleeping pills can be lethal. Hollywood icon Marilyn Monroe tragically died at 36 from sleeping pill overdose. Fourth, sleeping pills cause addiction and dependency. Long-term use creates reliance. You can't sleep without them. You might have had mild insomnia initially, just trouble falling asleep, but starting pills gives great short-term results. Stop taking them, and you might not sleep at all. This rebound insomnia occurs because pills contain addictive components. Psychological dependency also fuels addiction. Many long-term users can't sleep without pills. Worse, their original dose stops working, forcing constant increases, sinking them deeper into the sleeping pill quagmire. Some ask, wouldn't lower side effect pills be safer? Like aspirin, it has sleep-inducing properties too. True, as a broad-spectrum drug, aspirin is relatively safer but not risk-free. Long-term or high-dose use as sleep aid risks gastrointestinal bleeding. In the 1960s, when insomnia research began, pills were the go-to solution. But deeper research revealed their dangers. Experts now agree pills' risks outweigh benefits. Only short-term use advised. Long-term use deepens insomnia, so they're no longer recommended. That concludes the book's second point. The pitfalls of sleeping pills. Yes, they knock you out fast, but cause next-day issues, side effects, and even fatal risks. Long-term use also traps you in dependency. So if pills aren't recommended, how do we beat insomnia? Now to the book's third question. What are effective methods to solve insomnia? The author first states, regardless of your insomnia's cause or symptoms, improving sleep requires 3 steps. Quit alcohol, quit smoking, and control caffeine intake. Studies show that while insomnia causes vary, these 3 steps help most sufferers. Early in insomnia research, some doctors recommended wine or cocktails for sleep. But now, doctors recognize alcohol's harm to sleep. While some may fall asleep faster after drinking, most experience worse sleep quality. Frequent awakenings occur, and alcohol also causes addiction and health damage. Research confirms babies born to mothers who drank excessively during pregnancy often have abnormal sleep patterns. Beyond alcohol, nicotine and caffeine are neural stimulants that hinder the sleep system's dominance. Note: controlling scope means not just coffee, also tea, cola, and other caffeinated drinks, especially in afternoons and evenings. Beyond these universal steps, target specific causes. If illness causes insomnia, treat it actively. For congenital insomnia, antidepressants like amitriptyline can help. Addressing these factors greatly relieves insomnia. For most, after ruling out illness, poor lifestyle and sleep habits are the culprits. If bad habits cause your insomnia, try these methods. First, learn to manage stress. Modern life's fast pace means widespread stress that's hard to shake. Example: after a busy day, lying awake, replaying today's work, and dreading tomorrow's piles, adrenaline spikes, heart races, muscles tense, ruining sleep. Studies show uncontrolled stress and resulting insecurity are major insomnia triggers. The author believes while eliminating stress is hard, containing it within limits can prevent sleep disruption. So how exactly do you control stress? Regular daytime stress checks can help you relax. Ask yourself questions like, do I feel tension in my neck, jaw, shoulders, or back? Am I clenching my jaw? Are my hands or feet shaking, sweating excessively, getting irritable easily, overreacting to small things, etc.? If you have these symptoms, you're under significant stress, and the self-check itself helps manage it. If you answered yes to most, try relaxing with smiles. It reduces pressure. Beyond daytime checks, if stress affects sleep, Carve out 30 nightly minutes for decompression. Each night, reflect on stressors and write them on cards with possible solutions. This reinforces that while stress exists, it's manageable and solvable. Second, adjust your diet appropriately. As mentioned, certain foods and habits cause insomnia. Alcohol, coffee, late heavy meals. Avoid these. But some dietary choices actually aid sleep. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies can trigger insomnia. B vitamins, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, iron all affect sleep. Vitamin B regulates tryptophan absorption, which promotes sleep. So B vitamin deficiency might cause your insomnia. The B vitamin family is vast. Familiar folate, B9 not only prevents birth defects but also aids sleep. Calcium and magnesium ions calm the nervous system. Their lack may cause insomnia. How to replenish these? Beyond supplements, the author recommends dietary sources. Maintain diverse foods, especially fresh produce and meats. Avoid long-term processed junk. Additionally, adjusting meal timing improves sleep. Don't overeat at dinner. Overburdening digestion ruins sleep. But don't skip meals either. The author suggests ensuring adequate protein intake at dinner. Animal proteins like fish or chicken or plant-based like peanut butter or beans all work. Some experts also recommend small whole grain carb snacks 2 hours before bed, like whole wheat crackers, to aid sleep. Third, moderate exercise helps improve insomnia. Doctors often share this case. A depressed man with career failure and severe insomnia decided to run himself to death, exhausting himself daily. After 6 weeks, he didn't die, instead felt amazing. His depression eased and sleep problems vanished. Moderate exercise helps us fall asleep. It not only improves sleep-disrupting factors like depression, but also regulates bodily functions. Normally, body temperature drops during sleep. The steeper the drop, the deeper the sleep. Exercise raises temp initially, but post-exercise cooling makes sleep easier. Consistent exercise strengthens your body's temperature regulation, enabling natural nighttime temperature drops for better sleep. Fourth, for circadian rhythm disruption insomnia, try light therapy. Scientists found light exposure changes significantly impact our biological clock. Working long hours indoors or night shifts scrambles your rhythm, causing insomnia. Solution: spend 1 hour daily outdoors with sun protection. Do anything, walk, read, eat, consistently for 3 weeks to potentially reset sleep. While some insomnia stems from poor lifestyle habits, others come from bad sleep habits. The author addresses both. First, ditch faulty sleep beliefs for better rest. Some keep strict schedules, asleep precisely at 11 nightly, but one night of 11 p.m. wakefulness triggers anxiety about next day performance, worsening sleeplessness. Truth: just like one bad meal won't wreck your health, one sleepless night won't either. Even if you pull all-nighters for a week or two, catching up on sleep later will restore you quickly. So don't overworry. It's actually your anxiety about insomnia itself that worsens it when you dwell on it nightly long term. If you can't sleep, don't force yourself to stay in bed. That's a misconception wasting time. Leave, do something else, and return when sleepy. It's fine. Second, early inspect your bedroom and eliminate insomnia triggers. Like writer Proust, who couldn't stand noise, he stuffed door or window gaps to sleep. When traveling, he'd rent adjacent rooms to ensure silence. When Sung Mei Ling visited the U.S., she brought her own bed sheets even to the White House, disliking unfamiliar bedding. Like Proust and Soon, we all have sleep quirks. Are sheets clean? Is the comforter too light? Too heavy? Too hot? Fabric uncomfortable? Bedroom too cold? Or hot? All affects sleep. Don't skip this. Audit your sleep environment thoroughly to remove triggers and improve insomnia. Some sleep poorly due to feeling unsafe. If living alone, install better locks and security alarms to sleep soundly. Couples sharing beds face insomnia from mismatched schedules, tossing or turning, or snoring. Communicate thoroughly about habits and synchronize schedules. If disturbances cause insomnia, but separate rooms aren't wanted, try a king bed with dual mattresses to minimize interference. Third, Try bedtime relaxation techniques. If pre-sleep tension from insomnia, fear, or stress plagues you, try these relaxation methods. They're sleep-inducing methods to attempt before bed, including diaphragmatic breathing, muscle relaxation, meditation, etc. Diaphragmatic breathing is the simplest relaxation method. Basically, breathe with your belly while lying down, relaxing your body. When inhaling, expand your abdomen instead of lifting your chest. Doing this before sleep really helps you unwind. But for sleep benefits, practice 20 minutes daily for at least 2 weeks. Muscle relaxation techniques also teach calm, gentle yoga poses effectively aid relaxation, like head massages, slow neck rotations, full body stretches, especially back stretches, all help you relax. Muscle work aids sleep, but mental exercises relax too. The author recommends meditation. Lie flat, limbs spread, joints loose. Imagine being a soft sponge floating on clouds or in a cozy field, all relaxing. Or close your eyes and slowly count backward from 100, mentally writing each number beautifully. That also relaxes. For habit-induced insomnia, the book recommends stimulus control therapy. Developed by Dr. Richard Bootson at Northwestern University, it simply yet effectively improves insomnia symptoms. Method: first, only go to bed when extremely sleepy. Second, only sleep in bed. No phones, eating, TV, reading, etc. Third, if you can't sleep, go to another room and do something else until drowsy, then return. If still awake, repeat, leave again until sleep ready. Fourth, set an alarm and wake at the same time daily, regardless of bedtime. Fifth, no daytime naps. These 5 points define stimulus control therapy. The method is simple, yet proven. Consistent practice improves most people's insomnia, transitioning from sleeplessness to sound sleep. All right, that concludes the book's third question. Effective methods to solve insomnia. To summarize, if illness causes your insomnia, see a doctor immediately to identify and treat the underlying condition. I think if poor lifestyle habits are the culprit, learn stress management, adjust your diet, and exercise moderately. For disrupted circadian rhythms, try light therapy and similar approaches. If bad sleep habits are to blame, first correct mistaken sleep beliefs, audit your sleep environment, use bedtime relaxation techniques, and consider stimulus control therapy when needed. Typically, stimulus control therapy shows clear results within 2 weeks. Over 30 studies confirm stimulus control therapy outperforms other insomnia treatments significantly. That covers the book's main content. Medically, insomnia is termed insomnia disorder. Calling it a disorder means it's a symptom, like rapid heartbeat or shortness of breath. A physiological indicator. The solution isn't sleeping pills, but addressing root causes behind these symptoms. Once you pinpoint and resolve insomnia triggers, the symptoms naturally vanish. All right, that concludes our interpretation of Say Goodbye to Insomnia. Reading notes are below the audio. See you next time.